y'all, and welcome back to the channel. What we about to do is do my other eyebrow and do my lashes, and I'm going to be talking about a subject that I feel like us women are so afraid to talk about. All right, so let me get started first. What I'm going to be using is a little bit of the braid gel to smooth my eyebrow up. All right, I'm gonna start with that. Okay, and then I'm gonna get this topic going. All right, so I'm gonna be using my little scissors right here. It comes in my kit along with these. Hey y'all, this is a real transparent moment right now that I'm gonna be talking about. I am really hurting right now, and I want to be real about it. I want to transmute it. I want to turn it into something that is going to be good for not just myself but for other people. So the thing that I'm experiencing right now is my worth. My worth is on the chopping block with myself because of me being in a relationship where I try everything humanly possible, to be a good woman, to be a good spouse, to be a good person, to love my person, to help my person in the best way that I can. But you see, you can't help everybody. You can't help everything. And that's something that I want to let you guys know. Like, there's a lot of us, a lot of women out there that feel like you just have to nurture everything. You have to nurture everyone. And you feel like it's your duty to do so when in fact it's not, because there are certain things in you that no one is able to help you with. You are the only person that's going to be able to help you with that. So that goes for you too, ladies, that goes for you too. Like, if someone else outside of you can't help you with your situation, then you can't help everybody else with their situations. I'm not just coming to this realization now. I've been through this. But when you're in a relationship, you try your hardest to fully show up and be present for your person in the ways that you can. This is what the old ladies were telling us about long ago, back then, when they were preaching and saying, when you walk away from a man, or when a man walks away from you, you make sure that he don't walk away with all of you. Now, I'm going to tell you what I did learn in this relationship. I learned boundaries. I learned how to not allow anyone else's feelings, energies, or thoughts to consume me. I learned not to people please, to show up fully as myself. But this was in the back end of my relationship when everything just started to click. It always clicks right before you are about to exit something. God will allow you to experience things over and over and over again. And then when you're starting to learn it, that's when it's like, bam, the universe pulls you right out of a situation because you've gotten it at that point. You actually see it. So now you're on to the next level of yourself and learning how to imply this new knowledge that you have in your life. I really am still hurting about the situation, especially with seeing myself and knowing myself. I turned into a complete different person. I wanted for this relationship to be not a lesson. I absolutely wanted for, this relationship to grow into something. But, the universe has has different plans, and that's okay. Like, the best parts of me were grown in this relationship. Even though I'm still hurting about it, I'm okay. I'm content. I feel like I need one big cry. I do. I feel like I need one big cry, to let go of those last little bits of I wasn't enough, the regrets of me not showing up as my best self or what I could have done, what I should have done. Those shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and rethinking myself and going over the situation over and over and over again. You know, that is what I do need to let go of, because I did everything that I knew how to do, as a person, as a woman, to be in that relationship. I really feel like money and other problems that I truly could not help was the cause of a lot of the disconnect emotionally with my person. My person wasn't able to be emotionally available. And that right there can truly hurt a woman. A woman needs to have space held for her in that area, because a woman is her intuition, her emotions. And she needs to know that her emotions are not invalid. She needs to know that her emotions are okay to show up, because she shows up within her emotions, and she's able to be her best self when she's able to be her feminine self. The role of the masculine is hard for a woman to exist within. It makes a woman bitter. It makes her truly afraid. It makes her um, really cold, and distant and isolated. A woman is not supposed to be within masculine energy 24/7, and that's what ends up happening when um, we are not able to express ourselves fully in relationships, when a man is not emotionally available for us or open for us. So, here in these times right now, what I'm doing is being aware of myself, especially when it comes down to anger, because I am experiencing what I'm experiencing. I am healing from certain things that happened in my relationship. And I just want to be real about it. I want to be able to speak my truth and move on. I don't want to harbor any bad feelings for myself, because I've already let that person go. So they're not, in my radar to to harbor any bad feelings. I just feel like maybe that person was showing up the best way that they could, the same way as I was. I don't know. But I just feel like things could have been different. I felt like truly that person could have showed up for me in the way that I showed up for them. You know, I just feel like I'm always putting people before me, in the sense of, okay, well, they're experiencing so much. They have, 10 things on their back. And then when it comes down to me, I can literally be on the brink of death and nobody even notice, or either I could literally be on the brink of death and truly I wouldn't say anything about it. And I'm always in that space where other people are more important. What they have going on is more important than myself. And I'm so grateful that I was able to create that boundary with myself in this relationship with that person. Like, they truly showed me, in the absence of what they weren't giving me, how to create boundaries for myself and to truly give myself those things that I need to communicate to myself, to cater to me, to be more kind with me, and also to be more involved with myself, in a sense of what is it that I don't want to experience. What are those things that I will not accept or deal with? This has been something I've dealt with my entire life, being a person that is always outreaching towards other people, in the sense of when they come to me and talk to me, I'm readily and available to assist them in any way that I can. And if things fail with that person, I'll always harbor those feelings of, oh, I failed that person. But it was their problem. It was their situation the whole entire time. So I'm unlearning people pleasing, and I'm also unlearning guilt, you know, the feeling of guilt, and also regret and shame at this very moment. Like, I'm unlearning those things through the lenses of clarity, clarity of myself. Who am I at the core of me? You know, it's crazy because I have uplifted so many people's lives, and it's time to uplift me. I just turned 34 yesterday, and I'm like, okay, it's time for me to start my life. It's time for me to be in service of me. It's time for me to fully commit to loving me, showing up for me, standing in place for me, holding space for me, operating in my femininity, you know. I get so emotional thinking about this stuff because I just, I'm always so quiet. And I feel like when I do talk and when I do speak my truth, I get shut down. I feel like when I'm expressing what it is that I do need, it's overlooked. Or, they consider it as, oh, you always telling me what you need. You're always telling me. I never say anything. I'm the one that's quiet. I never. And it's like, you don't have to say anything, especially around someone that you love. A person that really, truly loves you operates within intuition. You don't have to speak a word, and that person knows exactly what's going on. And that right there is so powerful, because when they fail at helping you, they feel it 10 times harder than you actually do, than the person that's actually going through the situation, because they do connect with you in that way. People are so on the surface of relationships, it really lets you know as well where people are at with you, in relationships. If a person cannot just give you those things that you need without communicating, like truly communicating, especially if you have years in with somebody, right? And at this point, they should fully be aware of you intuitively. And if they not, I really feel like, you shouldn't be with them, because they're going to always have the excuse of, oh, well, I didn't know. Y'all, this is the end of this talk, this tea. I hope you guys come back, because I have plenty more. See y'all later. Bye, y'all.